Alrighty, this is a video explaining how to put together the lightsaber. So to get started, the parts you should have is your lightsaber hilt, a button. You'll notice there's a short wire and a long wire attached to this button. You also have your battery holder, a battery, an LED. You'll notice there's two sized legs. The long leg is the positive, short leg is the negative. Additionally, you will also have another wire. And then you'll also have your acrylic dowel, which is going to be our part of our lightsaber. The light is going to shine through this dowel rod and it's going to light up. So to get started, we are going to have to first solder this button to our LED. So again, this long leg on your LED is positive, and we are going to solder this short little bit of wire from the button to that leg. So you're going to twist the copper wire on your short leg, and you're going to grab your long leg on your LED, and you're going to wrap this around the middle of the LED, and you're going to bend the leg of the LED upwards and kind of twist it that way as well, so that stays secure. Okay, just like that. Now we are going to take our soldering iron and our solder. Hold the soldering iron in your hand just like a pencil, okay? Then take your solder and you're going to heat it, push it onto the tip. It's going to heat up and melt. You'll see a little bit snug. Okay, I'm going to wipe that off to give us a nice shiny tip on our soldering iron. Then we are going to come down here and we are going to melt the solder onto that leg that we just twisted with the wire on there. You're going to do the whole leg to make sure that wire is nice and secure and not coming off that LED leg. So that is what you should end up with. Now we are going to solder our loose little wire. It probably is going to be a light blue wire. Okay, we're going to twist one of these ends, okay, to make sure none of them stick out and cause short circuits. Okay, now we're going to take the short leg of our LED. We're going to, again, wrap it around in the middle, okay, and we're going to bend that leg upwards, and then we are going to twist that leg. Should be left with that. Go ahead then and solder that together. Make sure to fill in all those gaps so that the wire stays connected to our LED leg. Okay, should be left with something like that. Okay, now this next part, before we solder anything else, we are going to have to put it inside our hilt. So you'll notice we have a little opening here. This is where our button goes. Additionally, you'll see kind of a circle square opening here. That's where our battery holder is going to go. Then our light's going to stay up in here. So what you're going to do is going to kind of fold these legs back. Make sure they're not touching each other though. Okay, and you're going to kind of bend and curve this LED. This is just going to kind of help it go in. Now you're going to go in through the small hole and push that LED up. Okay, and then you're going to take these bottom little hanging wires and you're going to push them into this little hole as well. They're going to come out the opposite, the bottom end of the LED. Okay, push them through, and you'll notice they'll pop right out. Okay, now we gotta kind of situate our battery. So you might have to kind of take these legs and bend them in a little bit. Don't apply too much pressure, or you can pop off the solders. Kind of just bend them in just a little bit. Kind of shove it into that hole there. Kind of get it seated in there. Mine's a little lopsided, but you can probably go ahead and take our soldering iron and kind of burn out a little hole here if we need to. Just make sure if you do that, you wipe your tip off so that our tips stay clean. Okay, I'll try that. And there we go. That fits in. Now we have our button. Our LED should be poking out this way, and those two wires should be poking out the bottom. Now we're going to solder these on to our battery holder. Okay, you'll notice we have a little plus sign here, so these two front prongs are going to be positive. You flip it over, you see a little negative sign, and we only have one negative back here. So if you remember, this light blue one is connected to the negative of our LED. So we're going to connect it to the negative of our battery holder. So you're just kind of going to have to wrap it around this little prong. Make sure you twist the ends so you don't have them kind of coming out. Okay, you're going to twist it around, okay? And you're going to go ahead and solder that to the prong so it does not come off. Make sure you get a good amount of solder on there. It's okay if it globs on there. Now you're going to do it to the other wire. This wire is connected to our button. And you want to choose one of these two positive prongs to wrap it around. So I want to choose this one right here. Again, doesn't matter, these two are exactly the same. And then we're just going to go ahead and solder that into place. If you notice you're touching the wire coating, you might notice it might start to burn a bit. So be careful of that. Okay, get a good glob on there so it kind of stays in place. Tug it on it a bit and make sure it's not coming off. Don't tug too hard. Okay, but that is our circuit completed. Go ahead, pop your battery in, make sure your positive side goes to the positive side of the holder, and then go ahead and press your button and double check that your light turns on. Now we have to glue in our rod and glue in our battery holder. So while you're doing this, please pop the battery out, just because hot glue and battery do not go good together. So push your light in a little bit. You'll notice you kind of have a drilled out hole in here. You can kind of set your light in that. It's okay if it doesn't go perfectly in, that's fine. And then you kind of wiggle this in a bit. If yours is tight enough to fit, it's tight enough to fit. If not, you can go ahead, put some hot glue in. Looks like this one's kind of tight enough. Now we're going to kind of shove these wires in as much as we can. Okay. Oh, and that one fits in perfectly. Okay, if it's a little loose though, go ahead and use some hot glue. These two kind of fit perfectly. Okay, and let's pop our battery back in and just double check again, and it works. And now you have a very cool looking lightsaber. Now, forewarning though, this battery is exposed. Please watch out for small children. They can pull this out and it'd be very, very bad if they consumed it. That can burn a hole in their stomach. So if you have little ones at home, please wrap this around in some tape or something to keep them from pulling it out. But that is all, and that is our lightsaber. Thanks for watching.